Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Lalana the Hippie Witch. That is me. I am she, and I am very glad you are here. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about a side effect that you have when you go through chemotherapy, and that side effect is losing your hair. I lost my hair. A lot of people lose their hair when they go through chemotherapy. It's very scary. The whole process is very scary. But losing your hair, I think, to a lot of people out there is a form of your security blanket literally being shed. And it's a very hard thing to go through. Me, myself, I truly was looking forward to my hair coming out because I was not a fan of my hair. I had thinning hair. It was stressed, through just life and, processing it. So my hair was never the greatest. I never took a lot of pride in my hair. So I am a horse of a different color when it comes to the attachment that one generally has to the hair on their head. That being said, it does not mean that it was any any easier to deal with when it happened. But I knew exactly when it was going to happen, and when the chemotherapy, when that poison that they pump through you took effect to those particular cells. I had my first chemo treatment, and then I had my second chemo treatment 2 weeks later, and it was right after my second chemo treatment that this happened. Right after. So in all actuality, it was still the side effects, I believe, from the very first chemo treatment. And then, that second chemo treatment kind of topped it all off, if you will, so to speak. How did I know it was coming? What happened, and why did I know that my hair was going to start falling out that very next day? Let me tell you about it. I was laying in bed. And when you get a chill, like you just get a chill running up to, you can get the chills from outside, you can get the chills from something spooky, you can get the chills, just the chills that kind of just run all over your every pore, it seems like, in your body, right? Those kind of chills. That happened on my head. Out of nowhere. I'm laying in bed, probably scrolling through my phone, probably reading a book. I actually don't know exactly what I was doing at the time, but I remember the feeling of it starting from one end of my head and a chill, a literal chill going through every single pore, just all over my hair, all over every single hair follicle. Just a chill went straight over my head. And at that point, I knew that was the start of the side effect of my hair loss. Because essentially what I had envisioned happening at that exact moment was that these chemicals that they pump into you, it is poison. It is poison for the cancer, but it is also poison for every single cell in your body. And what these chemicals were doing, they were opening. I could literally just mentally see what happened, what had just happened. They were opening every follicle. Every single follicle in my head just went and just opened and could no longer grasp the actual hair. That very next morning, I went to sleep. And, I just had this feeling, when I wake up the next morning and I run my hands through my hair, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. And one thing I actually told myself is when this actually came to pass, that I was not, and you have to know yourself to make this decision. Even though I did not like my current hair situation, I was always looking to, how can I grow more hair? How can I grow more thick, lustrous, luxurious hair? Hair's never been my strong suit. I've never had gorgeous flowing locks. But I knew, even though I didn't have whole lot of pride in my hair. I knew that I could not see myself lose it, or it was going to hurt my soul even more than what it was already hurting through everything I was going through. So I made the decision before I even, started chemo. I made the decision that as soon as it started falling off, it's falling out, that I was going to shave my head, because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to see clumps of my hair come out every moment of the day until it was gone. I was not going to be able to see the succession of my scalp showing and my hair being lost through weeks at a time and trying to save what I had. I just knew it was not worth it for me. So that being said, you have to know yourself and know deep down what you need to do in those circumstances. There are a lot of people that are not ready for that. There are a lot of people that will not make the decision. And there are a lot of people out there that do every single thing in their power in order to keep their hair through this chemotherapy. There are a lot of things out there that allow you to do so. I don't know how successful they are. That's something that you would have to research on your own, but there are cold caps and things like that. So anyway, I do digress. That very next day, when I went into the bathroom and I ran my fingers through my hair, there was a clump. And I knew exactly that my thought of what happened the night before and the chills that went through my head, opening my hair follicles, was absolutely what happened. So, considering that I did make that decision beforehand to shave it off completely as soon as that happened, I went to the store that day. I got a razor that day, a buzz razor. And that very next day, which would have been a Saturday, I slept on it. I had to mentally prepare myself that all of it was going to be gone. That very next Saturday, 2 days after I knew it was coming, and after I saw that clump, a day after I saw that first clump, I shaved my head. My mom shaved my head for me. As scary as it was, losing a big part of you, it was also one of the most liberating things that I think I might have done for myself in that moment. Because out of all the control that I didn't have, that was the one thing that I could control. Not seeing it fade away, but just ripping off the Band-Aid. And it felt good to have that little bit of control in that moment, in this fight that I was facing and going through. So to those of you out there, do not be afraid to lose your hair that are going through anything at this point. Do not be afraid to lose your hair, because hair grows back. My hair grew back. Now I keep it nice and short, and I'll tell you why in a different video, but it does grow back. And for those of you who are wondering what to look for and how it's going to feel, I can tell you that's exactly how it felt for me. Now, everybody's different. I'm not going to say everybody's going to feel that sensation, but if you feel that sensation and you are going through chemotherapy and you are just beginning, you are 1 to 2 treatments in, and you get this feeling in your head of a chill that goes through, you will be losing your hair the very next day. It will happen. And it is up to you what you want to do with that. I give you my strength and my love and all the positive energy and vibes to everyone who is going through this, who will get through this. And if you have any questions or any stories that you want to share about your hair loss and the fight that you went through, please send me a comment below. You will see on my channel, I do have a video somewhere posted, I believe, in the same playlist that you'll find this, the live in which my mom shaved my head. So if you're at all interested, that is there. I thank you, all of you beautiful souls, and I appreciate you for showing me some love and some support as well. Give it, if you'd like, give a subscribe, give a thumbs up. That way this can travel the YouTube universe and help those that may need it as well. Thank you. Until next time.